Hello everyone. So for today I just want to do a quick show. These are my little pieces that were extra off of the pieces that the masterboards we made together. I just wanted to show the itty bitty pieces quick, and then I'm going to put them aside so they can be put aside. And then these are the pieces from our mask make yesterday, and I just wanted to do a quick flip through of what I did. Most of them I just added labels to be honest. I just thought the labels or a sticker here or there kind of a thing if it was plain. But again, most of them I just added simple stickers, labels, that type of thing. These ones are itty bitty, which works good for some of the itty bitty stuff that you make, you know. I struggle with having tags that are either too big, too small, or are not skinny enough, and that type of thing. For those places where I make tiny spots instead of big spots. So I try to make tiny, not just big pieces. Not all the same size. And this really gets me out of that box of thinking. So there we go. I'm going to put that in our pile. And then today I was thinking we could make some collage strip belly bands. My apologies about my upstairs swearing at each other. I can't really control that. I try to, but there's really no way of controlling that. So I figured we could make a couple of these pieces. We'll see how many we end up doing, but I'm just gonna, these are just Reader's Digest. I find they come out to be about 7.5 inches, which means that they'll fit good in my hardcovers that are gonna be that size, of course. But also, they might be a little small on the page, but they make great little either belly bands or side pockets. So I like using these as templates on how big I should make a belly band. Again, it just makes life a little easier. Okay, now let's quickly cut these strips into a decent size here. And I also learned it doesn't make it too thick, and also doesn't make it, you know, too thick for sticking it onto a page real well. Now I'm gonna cut these strips so they're about 1.5 inches long. That gives it a good size there where it ain't too big, or maybe even have them at 2 inches at the most. Again, you just play it by ear, but this definitely helps having them pre-done a little here. Makes it nice and easy. Alright, now getting to the book pages themselves and how to use them and everything. This is what I'm going to do. You don't have to do it the same way I am. I'm just gonna make a pile of ripped and just rip a bunch of them up. And it's kind of the same idea as collaging. Well, it is collaging, let's be honest. It just is. But they're all going to come out a little bit different. This is one that I dyed the papers. I think this was food colored dyed. I could be wrong. Don't really like that corner. Okay, here's some dictionary pages. Different types of dictionary page, but basically the same aspect. I guess that's how it ended up. Another dictionary page. I know this is boring, but I find it easier to do it this way rather than any other way. This one is children's dictionary. Yeah, I purposely am sticking that as an angle. Alright. Now, these are all the same height, so I don't really have too much to worry about. So this is how we're going to do it. Now, I personally like having a chance to make these whatever I want them to look like. So I'm just going to grab a random one. The washi tape that I probably will never use and haven't even used yet. Just so it gets used. Or at least I don't think it has been used yet. It could have been used once. And I guess you can stick them in the microwave to reactivate them. I just don't know how to do, or how that works at all. But that's what they suggest when you have washi tape that may or may not work. I've learned when you're trying to do multiples like this, and you're unsure and everything, to, if you stick them together or close together like this, they're not going to be moving around as much, which will make it easier to create these. So a little bit of washi tape just sticks them together, so you're not trying to make these pieces stay together while trying to stick down your pieces of paper. I hate it because I end up moving them around, and I know this. It just keeps them still while collaging your piece. We got a bunch of snow last night. Just remember, I am filming ahead in case you live in Wisconsin and you're like, what are you talking about, snow? It's because I do film ahead. So here we go. Just gonna start it up. It doesn't really matter what way you put it, because when we're done with gluing these down, we're cutting them back out. Again, this is just a fun, cute little way to collage the pieces without necessarily feeling like you're being wasteful about it or anything. And I'm just going to add more and more layers. So it is going to be pretty heavily layered up when we're done. Again, it ain't gonna matter too much. I'm just having a bit of a play here with the different pieces. So, again, if you feel like you need to add more somewhere, or you want to add a little bit of thises and that's, go for it. Why not? So there we go. We got a bunch laid out on there. Looking pretty good at this point. I am going to reach over and grab some of my archival inks here. I kind of like the black and the brown. I like my ground espresso, I really do. Alright. Now I'm just going to start stamping. And I'm just using random stamps. Grab whatever you have. You don't have to use the same stamps as I am. It's kind of like this is the first time I think I used this stamp. So it's kind of supposed to be fun. Not necessarily. This is just corrugated cardboard. I like using it as a stamp. Because, again, it just adds a little texture here and there to my pieces. Let's use this. Again, I'm just being a bit random with this. Not necessarily being too particular. It's a cat stamp. Again, just having a bit of fun. And that's all you need to do, is have fun. If you don't have fun with what you're doing, there's no point in doing it. If you think of it as a job, instead of, ooh, I just want to do this, it kind of gets boring. So, I hope you will join me on this project and just have a bit of fun. And stay out of trouble. Be safe. If your weather is like it is in California, be safe. I'm sure you're not used to Wisconsin weather in California. Because I'm sure, yeah, it's just a lot right now. Again, I'm just having a bit of fun. Now that I got all these stamps on there. Don't need that anymore. That can go back in my drawer. We're going to flip it over and just cut away. Cut these lovely little strips. And I take the time sometimes to clean it up because it's kind of like making something blind, because it takes a while. So I mean, yeah, it does. It looks really different when you go to cut it out. I personally love that it doesn't look as expected and everything. It makes it look unique. There we go. So again, lovely pieces. They look way different, I swear, apart compared to what they did together. Now you start taking your small pieces of ephemera and you try to create with it and just have fun. Yeah, I know it looks strange. Why is she just doing the bottom bit? I've learned with these, if you just do the bottom bit, sometimes that's, you know, gives yourself a little layer that you've already worked on. And I know I've been struggling with using my mushrooms. I have a habit of not using them. So, doing this sweet little project helps me use them. It gives me an excuse on why not just use them, because I don't use mushrooms that much. I like the look of mushrooms, don't get me wrong, but I have a habit of not using them. So that just got me to use half my mushroom pieces there. Now here we go. Another pile that I've just kept and never use. And again, I'm just trying to use them up. Now with this piece, I'm just going to bend that over and cut off this 80-bit part. Ooh, I really like that. All right. I'm getting myself a new glue stick. That one was falling out. Again, it's all about what you like or need to use up. Don't worry what other people think. As long as you're having fun, it should be fun. I really want this one on top of here, I think. So we got that on there. I have all these circles here that I cut out. Let's use them. Cute medallions that just need to be used. And I think I'm going to grab a nice cute little butterfly to stick on that one that's sitting there. This is kind of like a heavier cardstock, so there. So we got that first bit there. Now I'm going to group all these together so I can still keep them. Now this next part, I'm thinking let's use our labels. You're finished what? Ooh, good job. So there we go. Good. I'm glad to hear that. No. No, you're not getting a soda.
Why did Bella have one?
Because Bella had an upset tummy this morning.
Yeah.
I am doing a video right now. Can you guys please stop?
Can you put it on the kitchen table?
So there we go. And again, I'm just going to keep on going until I use a bunch of these up, just because it's way better to use your labels and stuff instead of letting it sit. I have these labels yet too. I kind of thinking I want these shorter though, or smaller. I kind of like labels better with this design than I do the regular way, like this. I really liked the idea of this, but personally, I think they look cuter this way. So if you have decorative scissors and you don't have very many ways to make labels, again, I think this way looks kind of cute. Yeah, you may not be straight. It's not that big of a deal if you're not straight, honestly. Try your best. If it don't work, it don't work. It's okay. So there we go. Our belly bands are pretty much finished. I may just do a quick sew around them and show you them again tomorrow, but again, I think this is a great way to use vocal points and stuff like that, that maybe you're unsure of how to